What's going on, everybody? Legiflon here. I am back. I haven't been uploading a lot of COD Ghost videos lately, and I do apologize for that. I've been having a lot of trouble, testing stuff, finding new topics to talk about. However, I've been playing a lot of Infected recently, and I figured, let me show you some of my favorite, hiding spots or whatever, and, other spots of defense. So here on Chasm, I like this palm tree right here. I even use this in like team deathmatch or like hardcore games, so that I can just pick off people. Like I have a huge field of view here. Like I can get people coming up from the subway down here, the sewer, which I believe is down here. Yep. And then like people spawning in this building that's usually slanted like further down, and by one of the main spawns here. And then if you're really good, you can get off some people like at the top floor of this building right here. So there's that. And also in Infected, you can also place an IED there, and that can always help. Another spot, you guys would definitely know this. It's the donut shop. It's definitely good for Infected. You have like two main entrances, like this door right here, and then this door right here. And then yeah, in case it gets too flooded in there with people, you can always leave through the window, so that's pretty cool too. So that's all I wanted to show you regarding. Actually, you know what? No, there's one other spot here, like kind of down the subway, and it seems to be one of the most least traffic areas in the entire game, and it's this little sewer system right here, little sewer pathway. I feel like I never see anyone here. So if you somehow get killed in this room, most likely someone's going to be camping like here, trying to have like a perfect game or something. And this is also kind of good for Infected too. Like no one would really, look here. It's very low traffic. So definitely, make use of this room too if you ever get the chance. Alright guys, so I'm going to be moving on to the next map.
Ghost Squad.
Alright guys, here we are in Flooded. This is one of the main spawns here. And when I play with a team, we usually like two people like to camp up here, watch this area right here, and then one guy's gonna be here watching this whole area. So I'm using this as cover. So that's always good. What I like to do if ever I spawn here, I like to open up, lay down here, get some people up here. Well, I'll use this as cover here. And regarding Infected, like I like to either stay here. I mean, people would know about this, but then once you get like a whole bunch of infected people coming at you, like you really have no defense. So it's only good for like the opening couple minutes, or when like a few people are infected. I also like to hide here too, and yeah, like I tend to stay in this corner here, or maybe like this one right here. So it really depends. And this is on the first level of the parking deck. And I remember one match earlier. I remember looking at the map, and it was somewhere around here, I believe. Like I had two people, like right next to each other. I believe they might have stayed here the entire game, somewhere around here. Because I remember looking at the arrows, and they were looking at each other, and they were somewhere around this area, or it might have been in this room too. I have no idea. I'm not really sure, but there's a lot of great spots in this map. It's more close quarters than the other huge maps of the game, so. And, having the bulldog really helps, especially in Infected, or like any sort of close range weapon. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say. But before I go on, I do want to mention that I'm not the type to usually camp a lot, and if I do, like I'll really just use it for like defending a spot, like an objective, or if I'm reloading, like I'm trying to find cover and reload and try to surprise an enemy that's trying to get the jump on me. So yeah, so it would. I'm definitely promoting camping for Infected. I feel like it's for some reason I feel like the hiding aspect is a lot more thrilling. And also, if you're Infected, I think the thrill of having to find players is also fun too. So there's that. So alright, without further ado, I shall go to the next map.
Ghost Squad.
Alright, so here we are on Prison Break, and this is one of the main spawns. This is a spawn that I'm kind of used to seeing, and my favorite opening spot in Team Deathmatch, or really any other mode, is, you know, jumping here, and then I could pick off any, you know, players coming through here. So this is really freaking helpful, and since I have a ghillie suit, it's a lot tougher for enemies to see me, and I run incog with my sniper class too. So that's really helpful. If you guys don't know about these little pipes right here, this could help. And you don't have to crouch to run through them. You can just, you know, still dash and take cover that way. Now regarding the tower, this is something, it might have been shown in other videos by like T-Mart or something, but this is something I didn't know existed until recently. There's another floor here that you can't access without, I guess, jumping to, or unless you could probably... Maybe you could climb, yeah, I guess you could climb the truck here and then climb. Yeah, this works too. Like, this is a spot that I feel like not a lot of players really know about. And that could help. Not really much use here, except if you wanna... Maybe you could jump on top of this rock. Now, I've seen some crazy hiding spots on this map. If you guys haven't seen them, like a lot of good spots, especially in Infected. Especially if you have a ghillie suit, you can, you know, hide here, like off the edge of the map, and here too. And this is pretty. I've seen this, I think, like 2 weeks ago or something. My friend showed me, and apparently it seems to be, you know, growing in popularity. In case you guys haven't seen it, you can jump on this rock, or not rock, a tree right here off the cliff, and you can use that. And then I saw, I don't know if you guys watch Hidden Masters. They're pretty funny. They like to, you know, use this tree right here off the map. I believe if you're on this tree, I think, like if you, I'm trying to see if this is the spot, because I know there's a certain tree. Like if you look at a certain angle, like your bullets won't, you know, go through, even though you're looking at the enemy like that. So do take note of that. And so that's another good bunch of spots. I remember facing a really smart player in TDM. He had a ghillie suit as well, and he would pick off people like hiding around this area. And he was very concealed. He used incog, so that was very smart. And it was very hard to track him until I decided to, you know, flush him out using a you know, a bunch of grenades and stuff. And my friend likes to camp this spot right here. He has a ghillie suit as well, so yeah, this really helps. Now, I'm not saying you can't camp without a ghillie suit. It just really helps a lot, especially if you use incog. So there you have it. And I'm trying to think of any other good spots here. Nothing else that comes to mind. This is good, not as a hiding spot, but as a line of sight here for the ravine here, and the you know, the construction area right there. And that's about all I can think of. Well, one of my other friends, he likes to use this right here, this little shed or whatever, and just camp up, try to pick off people from the tower, and that can help too. So yeah, I guess that's all I can show you regarding my favorite, you know, lines of sight and stuff in this map. So let's go on to the next map, and here we go. Alright guys, here we are on Octane, and there's a reason why I'm doing split screen right now, but before I get into that, I just want to show you a couple things in case you haven't seen them. So, on this map there's a couple things in which you, if you see the ghost's skull symbol, you can go up to it and breach it like that. And in case you're wondering why you've seen care packages on the map, that's this little you know, truck right here. And it's usually, well, I think it's always going to be a support streak. So there's a couple other spots, and one right here. If you blow this up right here, it'll cause this little section right here to crumble a little bit, opening a line of sight. And this right here is kind of a good spot in the opening, you know, parts of Infected, or if you just want to survive as long as you can, it's a good spot right there. And then here's a ladder to get up here. Now this seems to be a really famous spot for people putting up satcoms, you know, other sorts of support. So here you can breach this, and it won't, you know, it won't hurt you. It'll probably stun you a little bit, so you want to be careful in case there's going to be an enemy there. So do take note of that. And you can breach this section right here. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the gas station fall apart, so I'm not going to do that in this video. However, there's a reason why I chose to do split screen. So actually, let me put my first player there, and then actually, you know what? I'm gonna have to bring this character where the first player is, and then show you a really good line of sight. It's not really good, but it's for the situation that you're in case, you know, there's a really good camper up here. He has a really good streak, and you want to end it. What you can do is on the second floor of the strip club, Pinky's. This seems to be a really populated building, so up here, this is really good for camping too. Especially in Infected, you have a lot of ways to escape. So here, it's a little bit hard to see. Let me move him. See, you can see the movement on the top screen. So if you see some guy camping here, you can pick him off like that. And it's pretty much impossible to see you. Very impossible. Like you see me, if you see the jump movement on the bottom screen, it's gonna be really hard to tell what's going on over there. So you can pick him off like that. I remember ending a guy who was on a 14-0 kill streak, and like he congratulated me after the match that I stopped it using a really hard to see line of sight. So that's always fun. So that's a couple things I want to show you. And another line of sight, actually, it's a bit hard to tell, is I have to be on the second floor of this building, the motel. And I have gotten a couple kills this way. Where is it? It's kind of right here too. I mean, it's kind of more out in the open. However, I like to lean here, like sometimes, like if ever I'm in this building, and you want to catch some campers up top during the blue awning, this breach spot right here, and if you want to catch some guys here, this is pretty good for me too. So these are some of my favorite spots in Octane. All right, guys, see you in the next map.
Time to work.
Alright guys, here in the broken rundown town of Warhawk, I want to show you something that I like to use as my favorite Infected spot. Something I like to do in Infected is challenge myself to be the last one alive, and this has helped me, well, you know, a whole bunch of times. I mean, it can get a little boring, but I mean, it depends on how you want to play Infected. For me, I like to try to challenge myself to be the last alive, so this is my spot right here, and with a ghillie suit, it's really hard to tell that you're here. So, yeah, you're gonna see even if you're infected, you're pretty much almost not gonna ever look inside that this little opening right here. Yeah. So another good spot. Pretty much any of these second floor houses are really good spots to hide in, provided you have enough players to support you and whatnot. Now, something I've done here, at least. Oh, well, speaking of breach spots, you can breach this spot. I think this is the only area in the game that you can do that. However, something I like to do in matches is I like to stay in this, what do you call this shop? The plumbing store, hardware plumbing store. And if you're playing core modes and you don't see any players, like any of your teammates in this area, in this direction, and if you see movement, you can actually pick off people this way. And it would also really help if you have armor piercing ammo for greater penetration. And they just pretty much wouldn't see you unless they see the shots coming their way, and they can try to pick you off that way too. So that's another good spot for me too. You can also try to use this for infected. However, you're still kind of open to this side too, so that's a little risky. But yeah, for something like Team Deathmatch, Like, this is probably my teammates' favorite spot to camp in. I like to place IEDs and IMS here. Then one guy will be, you know, watching that door, leaning. And then what I like to do is stand here and then just watch the door here. Not really a lot of players would seem to see that. So, and with a ghillie suit, it really helps. So I really can't stress how useful the ghillie suit is. But regarding infected, this is a really good spot here. It's, as far as I know, you can't climb up here. So the only way to get any person, you know, hiding here would be to go through this house here, the bakery, then find that person. And yeah, awnings are pretty good spots for camping too in infected. For something like kill confirmed or team deathmatch, another really good spot is this diner right here. You know, watching the two entrances here, and you know, it could be good for defense and whatnot. So that's all I want to show you in Warhawk. Alright guys, next map coming up. Alright guys, this will be the last map for the video, and this is Overlord. And one of my favorite opening spots here, if I spawn there, is if you know this area right here, like this seems to be a very, very, you know, famous spot to counter these snipers over here, or, you know, somewhere there. So what I like to do is I actually like to stay a little bit back here, and I'd be less seen. So unless your opponent has really good eyes, you're less likely to get shot here. So, and that also increases the range for their gun too. So that should definitely help you survive a bit more than you know actually trying to shoot from over here, which I think is a lot riskier. Something I also like to do is I like to open up an IED somewhere, place a rock around here. Usually gets a kill, and yeah. So the indoor areas are very, very close quarters. You can pretty much do anything you want. This is a good spot here. Kind of a lot less, you know, noticeable if you're on the table. Now, if you're, let's see, I'm trying to figure out another spot. Oh, in the other building, something else I like to do. I don't really go into this Area 1 building right here. There's really not much going on. I only go in there just to reload in case I need to. One thing I like to do is I like to open up an IED up here. Usually gets any people trying to pursue any teammates here. And they wouldn't really think to look up top to shoot an IED. Like most IEDs that I've seen are usually placed like on the floor or on the wall. But for indoor areas, especially if they're small areas like this, I like to place them on top. Like players would not think to look that way. So that's pretty much all I want to mention here. In infected, there's not really that many great spots. I mean, the solar panel roof here is, you know, okay. It'll help you survive for a little bit, but you know, once the infected become more aggressive with throwing knives, it's gonna be a lot harder to combat that. So what I've seen people do actually is stay in like this corner here, or even this corner here, catch infected people from there, and then they can catch anyone coming from there. So this seems to be the safest corner I've seen. And I do remember another spot. Oh, the building on the far end over here, like up top over here. This seems to be a good spot too. And you know, adding on to my challenge of trying to be the last alive, you know, this little room right here, once an infected spots you, it's going to be pretty much impossible to get out if you're surrounded by them. So yeah, unless you decide to try to get your way out of there using this window. But climbing is it takes a lot longer in this game than in you know, not having dexterity or extreme conditioning pro. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you in this video. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this video, if you think I should continue this, if I should go over any of the other maps, some of my favorite spots and whatnot. Oh, and this seems to be a really good line of sight too. if you see any players coming this way, and not just an infected, especially in like team deathmatch. I see a lot of enemy players coming this way, trying to go towards our spawn, so that can definitely help too. Alright guys, so yeah, let me know what you guys think about the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think I should improve on. And yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Peace.